everyone, I am Marianico A. Vista, together with Jana Lugasahan. We welcome you to our presentation on the Philippine Constitutions, a historical overview. Today, we are tracing the long and important evolution of the fundamental law of the Philippines and looking at the people who shaped it. To start, we must define our topic. What is a constitution? A constitution is a set of fundamental principles or established precedents. This means it sets the basic, core values and rules for how a state is governed, creating a fixed structure that doesn't change easily. More than just a rule book, it symbolizes the sovereignty of the people. This is a crucial concept, emphasizing that all supreme political power and authority in the nation ultimately belong to the Filipino people, not to any single leader or regime. Our history is marked by changes to this fundamental law, with 7 major charters since 1897. Our story begins in the Revolutionary period with the 1897 Biak na Bato Constitution. This document was adopted following a truce convention. Truce convention is an agreement that temporarily halted the fighting between the Filipino revolutionaries and the Spanish colonial government. It provides a structure for the revolutionary government, electing Emilio Aguinaldo as president and Mariano Trias as the vice president. This was a significant step as it marked an early, if temporary, attempt at Filipino self-governance. The true constitutional milestone, however, is the 1899 Malulus Constitution. This charter established the first Philippine Republic, a monumental achievement as it was the first independent government established in the entire Asian region. It was drafted by Felipe Calderon. Most importantly, it proudly declared the Philippines as Filipino, sovereign and democratic state, asserting that the new nation would be governed by its people, supreme and completely free from foreign control.
So good day everyone, I'm second reporter, Janelo Igasahan. My discussion for today is all about transition to independent, and we have here Organic Act. So the Philippines Bill of 1902 was the first organic law enacted by the U.S. Congress. So this was the first major law created by the U.S. for the Philippines after the Spanish-American War, and it gave Filipinos the right to elect members of the Philippines Assembly. And it started the formation of a more organized government in the Philippines. So the Filipino were allowed to vote for representatives such as Sergio Osmeña and Manuel L. Quezon, who later became important nation leaders. The Tiding-McDuffie Act of 1934 provided for a self-governing transition period. So this law prepared the Philippines for 10 years of self-government. After the transition period, the Philippines would receive full independence. It allowed Filipinos to create a new constitution. So because of this law, the Philippines wrote 1934 Constitution, which led to the creation of the Commonwealth government. So the next is 1935 Constitution. So promulgated in 1935 to govern the Commonwealth. So established the Commonwealth of the Philippines, and goal was the full and real expectation of the independence. So this constitution was made to guide the Commonwealth government. So this constitution was made to guide the Commonwealth government, and it established a presidential system with three branches, which is executive, legislative, and judiciary. And its main goal was to prepare the Philippines for complete independence. So the next is the 1973 Constitution and the Restoration. So the 1973 Constitution is promulgated under the President Ferdinand Marcos, so used to suppress increasing civil strife and the threat of the communism. So shifted the government to a semi-parliamentary system. So this constitution was created during the president of Ferdinand Marcos. So it was made during a time when there was many conflict, protest, and fear of communism, and it changed an government system from a presidential system to a semi-parliamentary system, and giving the president more control. So under the 1973 Constitution, Marcos declared martial law, allowing him to stay in power long and control the government strictly. And the next is the 1987 Philippine Constitution or current law. We have here the context. So mediated by the Proclamation number 3 and ratified on February 2, 1987. And its focus is the restoration of democracy, civil liberties, and human rights. So the context, it was the mediated for Proclamation number 3 ratified on February 2, 1987. So this constitution focused on restoring democracy, protecting civil liberties, and upholding human rights in the Philippines. So the preamble's goal and the sovereign Filipino people seek to build a just and human society and secure the blessing of independence and democracy under the rule of law. So the preamble's goals, the Filipino people aims to build just and human society, and it also seeks to secure the blessing of independence and democracy under the rule of law, meaning everyone must follow the law fairly. Sample of this is, imagine a country that just went through a difficult time with the government, and the people come together to create a new set of rules or constitution that ensure everyone's rights are protected, democracy restored, and country is fair and just for all citizens.
To summarize this entire journey, the history of the Philippine constitutions is a narrative of the nation's relentless pursuit of sovereignty. We began with the revolutionary spirit of the 1899 Malolos Constitution, which established the First Republic. We moved through the 1935 Charter that prepared the nation for independence, and navigated the challenges of the 1973 Constitution. Ultimately, this journey culminated in the 1987 Philippine Constitution. This document successfully restored democracy and human rights, and stands today as the fundamental law that secures a just and human society under the rule of law. Thank you for watching our presentation on the evolution of the Philippine constitutions. I hope you learned something from us. Thank you and have a wonderful day.